Dungeons and Dragons, everybody.
Dungeons and Dragons.
You all awake in
You
the
hit me.
morning, and the day is yours. What would you like to do?
I sit up and look at Brandy if she's awake.
Yeah, she'd probably wake up pretty early.
Did you see that?
With Faring,
Yes.
I did.
If Sir Hammerfell's awake, I'm gonna like look over at him.
Yeah, he's probably stirring. Oh, yes. You spoke of the dream. No, I suppose it is more of a divine communication.
That's still a. Does it feel different from a dream?
Well, I suppose there's a bit more control. But there's others present. I presume that you have the same memories that I
Yes,
would.
Arathis.
Yes, it is good to see that we have a deity looking over us. One that is in good standing with us.
Well, you have Vion.
Yes, Fionn
Yes.
is always there. And I suppose that Aelen has some connection with Bahamut.
Bahamut. Aelen is already awake. Of course he is. He's been on watch. Aelen, you've had the messages, yes?
What messages? Sorry.
Well, we've seen you.
Well,
sort of-
we've.
Oh wait, no, have I? Has Sarafel seen him?
Do you
Yeah.
remember faring?
When he was receiving his message? I don't know.
I remember. Yes.
21st of September.
Right. Yes,
It's the
I in fact do remember very. Unfortunately, I knew him a bit more when I was not quite in control. but
Yes.
I knew him for a small amount of time. After.
Do you remember when he took us to that cafe and then promptly died? That's a
He did
terrible way
not
to put it.
die.
It's.
He,
He said he was going to. Passed on.
I remember hearing about it. I was not in it.
Yes, he was a part of the consciousness of Arathis.
Oh,
Are you familiar?
not.
The god of civilization and invention.
Right. That does sound familiar.
And he spoke to us last night.
I'm sorry, but isn't Erathis a woman?
That would
Hmm.
explain why he seems so they seem so confused about Faring
Yes.
being
I suppose
Man.
the mortal form and the deity were
Right.
different. That explains the confusion.
I mean, I don't think. Gods don't see men and women the same way we do. Right?
Well, some gods were. A lot of the. I'm sure you remember. A lot of the first gods, the Primepals, were born in not exactly
Either.
human images. They were the only one that I can recall. And if I'm wrong, I'm not sure. That Hammerfell, Bjorn, was the only Primeval that I'm aware of that was human-like in the slightest.
Yes, I believe that is true.
And
Others
Bahamut
are-
is a dragon.
Yes.
Indeed. So, I'm not exactly sure if the ones that are more human-like see gender within themselves or not. That is what was conveyed onto me.
I believe that the other gods, at least some of them, have some sort of distinction. They are referenced as he or a she, I believe so.
Shrugs.
Rayan
That's what I was
has
told.
been spoken of. There are a few gods who have been spoken of with different he, she, or they. I believe I've seen Rayan referenced as all of those in different texts. Perhaps it's a difference in the mythology, but
I believe that Rayon underwent some sort of transformation. If I recall correctly, perhaps that is leading to that confusion.
they were punished for supposedly interfering in a conflict, and the original primevals punished them for it. I never thought that was quite fair. A god of beauty and love punished for simply, well, showing love.
It is a terrible fate to see such a divine entity be reduced to.
I don't know if I wouldn't make the same decision. But gods and... I don't think they have a particular society that one could study, at least not as mortals. Either way, Arathis said that she feels strangely attached to us and isn't certain why. We tried to explain.
Yes, seems like a fractured memory. Or at least feelings of recollection, not exactly memorizing who we are, but more of that we are to be trusted.
But something made her remember us. I mean, when you're close to someone, sometimes those... At least I've read about memories enduring past amnesia? Is that the common word?
Perhaps, I believe so.
Amnesia. The
Well,
point
I'm glad
is...
to have this god on our side.
Well, I think we shall need all the help we can get. And I certainly am not going to turn that down, if only for respect. Aelen, if I may ask, what happened when you received the message that you did?
The one from Bahamut.
Yes.
Well, I wasn't exactly... I didn't talk to Bahamut directly. I didn't think deities did that, but I suppose in certain situations I talked to one of his angels. It's hard to explain exactly the form it took, but it seemed draconic in nature, and it was a lot of me trying to understand the language that this being was speaking, and eventually realizing that it wasn't a problem with language at all, but really just understanding the words of a higher being. That's all I've got to offer, unfortunately.
Your power, the lighting that emanates out of you, Is that some sort of power bestowed upon you by Bahamut, or is that innate to your
Well,
bloodline of some sort?
I thought it was innate to my bloodline. I
Oh.
suppose it still is. At least some of it. Some of it was given to me by. You see his face sort of like goes to say something, but then his mouth shuts and then reopens and he says, "My father."
Did he ever exhibit such powers as your mother?
Mother wasn't naturally like us.
She wasn't?
Looks in your direction and squints. She wasn't natural. Did you not? Is this new? Did you not?
I thought that her magic was innate, like ours?
Father said that it was a family secret.
Well, apparently not when I was told.
My apologies. I know she studied her art. Anyway.
Is ours still innate then?
Well, if what that creature said is true, then he became the person that was going to eventually become our father, so therefore he was still of the royal bloodline, and therefore, like he said that he didn't replicate or fake an outside, he simply became what he wanted to become. So perhaps the bloodline, when we were born, is still... Now I'm confused.
As am I.
Are we going to be taken off soon?
Yes, we shall get backed up.
Where's the other individual?
Oh, Reezni. I look over at his tent.
Don't believe he has risen yet.
Reezni?
Perhaps, if we're to get going soon.
I'm
He's
gonna
still in the tent.
get up
maybe.
and start, like, packing stuff up if I see Sir Hammerfell going to wake up Reezni.
Yeah, no, go on. Reezni, we are about to.
You enter the
head out.
tent and he's gone. And Mitch, if you'd like to describe your fourth new character.
I thought you were serious! I thought you were serious for a second! And I was like...
Got him.
You did.
Break your ankles.
I thought you were serious.
Break your ankles. No.
New character? It's just.
I don't
Scrimmy.
have any ankles.
Scrimmy.
It's just Scrimmy! He's gone! It's just the omniscient lint ball.
Yeah. We've trimmed away the character that's attached to him. It's just Scrimmy now.
If Solera dies, I'm coming back as Scrimmy. That settles it.
Oh boy.
Straight up.
No, he's just laying on his side. You'd see he doesn't have his funny cloak on or his hat on. He's just laying with Chris sitting in front of him, just like sitting with its hands in its lap, just like staring into Reezni's face. As he's just kind of staring back at it.
It's like Edward Cullen watching him
Yeah,
sleep.
You'd see around his waist is his funny little tail that is bound tightly around him. He just kind of like looks up.
Yes, we're about to get going.
He just slowly nods and goes back to looking at Chris before his eyes begin to... I imagine what it looks like is like imagine like a plasma ball, but his pupils are the center of the plasma ball. I imagine that's what his eyes look like when he uses telekinesis or anything. as like the tent just begins to like start undoing itself and going about it being put away. He eventually does exit the tent and stuff it into his backpack.
Nice.
The entire tent into one pouch of his backpack.
Celera seems to be more or less back to herself. She's probably going off to Brandy and anyone else who will listen about etymology, because now she's thinking about it.
He eventually puts his hat back on and just quietly gets onto Boulder and just pets him.
Remember, there are 2 horses.
We got 2 horses. What are you doing? I heard you backspacing. What are you doing?
We
Don't touch your keyboard.
do
Don't do it. No.
Okay. Reezni, could you please make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Why?
Just.
Okay, I'll make him.
Are
I'll
we
make this
being
one public.
scried on?
I have advantage thanks to reasons.
The amulet.
Yeah, this is one of them. Yeah, this is one of the 2.
For the record.
13. Fuck.
All right.
I have the
Cool.
amulet.
And notice anything different?
You know, no.
Do I know anything happened?
Nope.
Cool. Thanks. Well, we're on the road again. Any breckies? Any spellies?
Yeah, I'll cast 8 again on everybody. That's a good idea.
Let's go.
Hey.
8, let's go.
In memory of Cynian.
Yeah, F's in chat.
F's in the chat.
10 extra HP for everybody.
Who's going to give us 9th level aids every day? How are we going to survive?
I don't have 9th level aids, but 10's better than nothing, alright?
Anything else before you all get on the road?
Brekkie.
Brekkie.
Breaky.
What kind of brekkie?
Do like a breakfast version of bruschetta.
Does anything happen as we travel?
So,
Oh.
probably about
Oh no.
4 to 5 hours.
Oh, no.
Probably
Oh no.
leaning around 5.5, actually.
Oh no.
5.5.
As you trek your way through the Forging Wood.
Reezni is quiet today.
Celera.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I have the amulet of protection against detection and stuff, by the way.
All right.
For the record, just wanted to mention that.
Does
Alright.
not save you from this giant boulder that crashes.
I won't say
It does not save you from the meteor that falls out of the sky.
Only on
the boulder that
Celera.
It was the boulder
Yeah.
that was meant to kill Cynian with the calendar falling afterwards. But
Yeah.
no, you're the closest to his name, so
You're next.
you're next.
You,
Your next in alphabetical order.
with your passive perception, you're able to spot, out of the many trees that grow around here, you see one corpse of a tree.
Oh, of a tree.
See one corpse.
I thought we just came
That-
across a random dead body. Anyway.
It appears that this tree was once massive. Probably 3 times the diameter of any of these other trees. However, it appears to have almost been fully split down the middle, falling outward. And
Like it just got ripped in half? Like
Looks like
Captain
it might be.
America with that log style?
possibly,
I want to be that log.
oh god. But as you peer over, you could see that it is graying and almost as if it's already been dead for a long time. That's all.
Would I also notice this with my 21 passive perception?
You would.
Nice.
Oh right, I forgot about your shield. My apologies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy to forget about.
Well,
She probably stops mid-sentence, although knowing Celera, like, her stopping mid-sentence to be distracted by trees and such is not that uncommon of an occurrence.
man, it's really sad that Rada only has 1 less passive perception than Brandy.
You guys have
What-
a passive perception?
when when Brandy it's only because Brandy has Jack of all trades.
If Solar's been like talking about stuff, right? Because she's a bit more internal. Harrenfell will be listening pretty attentively.
To her going off about etymology.
Yeah. He's being attentive because she's been kind of distant lately.
So I have this theory that there is not quite an innate language, but you see this in words that are both in common and other modern languages and
Ooh.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
What happened to that tree?
I'm not sure. Something quite powerful.
Lightning?
Should be cautious. Does it seem like a lightning strike?
It's hard to tell from this far away. There doesn't appear from this distance to be any darker part of the tree than the other.
Oh, it doesn't seem to be charred. Perhaps a closer look.
Reezni, is this a common sight? Trees like that?
Is it? God?
Make a history check.
History?
God? That kills me every time.
22.
22? You have seen, I'll say, probably trees that are of this size throughout the forest. However, they have been in full bloom and more life-filled than the others. However, you're not exactly sure of their origin.
That's worth further investigation. I'll dismount Francis and start walking towards it while checking for like tracks and stuff along the way. It's like any disturbance in the ground.
I'll follow Sir Hammerfell, like dragging Brandy by the hand.
Go ahead and roll a survival check, Hammerfell.
Alright. I'm good at those. And I'll give myself guidance.
Yes.
Alright, I rolled trash, so it doesn't matter.
There do not appear to be any tracks or any self-made hunter traps or otherwise around here.
Can we eventually make it to the tree?
Yes.
No,
as
we
you
don't. We
approach,
die on the way.
Yeah.
It appears almost, as you get close, you can see the two difference in sides. You can see that it looks incredibly jagged, this cross-section between these two fallen halves. It looks like it was chopped down with an axe.
Vertically?
Bisected, yes, bisected vertically.
Oh no.
Might be lightning?
No, it's not lightning. That is...
What could do
sort of-
something like this?
Well, a blade. A rather large one.
From the...
Reezy will look around.
Is Aelen with us? Did we all just, like, ditch him on the path?
We left
Aelen
him
would
behind.
like see everyone
He's-
depart
he's
and
just
just
slowing
be
us
like,
down.
oh, guess we're going this way.
We just slowed him. He's just slowing us down.
No. Does it look like this, whatever chopped this vertically, did it, like, when the tree was already dead?
Make a nature check. It's hard to identify.
Could I perhaps use my knowledge of like smithing and like metalwork to discern like how
The
big
tree?
an axe
No.
would be?
This is a survival
Sure.
check?
Make a
Or, nature.
nature check. Hammerfell, go ahead and make a smith tools check.
What stat does that use?
I got an 8.
No.
Well, it would be in this would be intelligence.
Oof,
But add your proficiency bonus.
yeah.
I'm proficient in trees, but apparently I'm not.
An
I
8?
got
It's
an
hard to tell.
8.
I'll also give myself guidance. 'Cause, you know, that's...
I'm going to mage hand touch the tree. I'm not going to actually touch it because I'm paranoid.
Alright. Your mage hand touches the tree.
And you die.
And, like, try and, like, I don't know, push it, like, pull it a little bit. I don't know.
10 feet. 10 pounds of pushing and pulling.
Yeah, just I don't... Is it
You're
like
able to
the stump?
manipulate like certain splintering off pieces. It is not a stump. It is the stump is still connected to the ground, and the two halves of this tree are still connected to the stump by a very small amount.
So it's
However,
still like
they
the
are-
whole tree. It's like someone took this whole giant tree and just went. Pfft. Not a
Yeah,
great sound effect,
hammer-
but
One chop.
hammer
One
fell.
chop. Oh no.
You recognize that there are many points of contact that you can identify as it goes down the tree. You assume this was made either over a very, very long time with one normal sized axe, or over or many of a similar sized axe.
more like hatchet fell.
So this,
I'll see myself out.
so this is like a bunch of small axes did this?
Either that or one small axe over a long period of time.
Choppity choppity.
It's a
Okay.
lot of
Not,
small
not
axe
one
swings.
clear, not one clear swoop. Is
Not one, not one cowabunga fucking axe. Just
No,
like a
we are not on the trail of what's the funny legendary sword that literally cuts through boulders? Durandal. It's not literally Durandal's work.
We're fighting
Flesh ripper.
We're fighting fucking Godfrey over here.
There's a sword.
Gilbert?
There's an axe called cowabunga.
Just an axe.
Anyway,
Just an axe.
Uh,
Axe body spray.
Herfel will look at the tree for a moment. No, not one large axe, but many small ones. But
Do you know what might have done this?
oh, perhaps at least I recognize the impacts, but that makes no sense. I don't know why you would want to cut a tree in this manner. You would not receive very much wood. You would cut it from the base to fell the tree and then collect the wood. But this
Perhaps
seems
they
to-
wanted a challenge?
No, it's nonsensical. I do not know how you would get up that high to then cut up from above. I do not know. Are there any tracks nearby the tree? Because you
with
would have
your
to
survival check, no.
survival check from before. Ah. But like, if you had like people here, they would need to cut the fuck out of the thing from the top. I don't know.
As I said, it appears very old.
Yeah.
Well, if one could
It's quite a while. Okay.
if one could fly?
If one could fly, yes.
Yes.
I guess so.
Reezni begins to fly.
Or
yes,
Aelen, he
like
could
that.
Oh
probably
wait,
get
no wait,
up that
oh wait,
high.
did you? Was that a suggestion or was it? Like-
No, it was... I appreciate the visual aid.
Oh, never mind. I thought I was confused. It's like if only we had someone who could fly. And I'm like, oh, I'll do it.
Oh, I thought he was just like accentuating her point. Was
No, I thought I misunderstood what was being
Accentuating?
said.
illustrating? I don't know how to speak English.
I forgore. It's fine.
Anyway,
Who has the brain cell?
I don't have the brain cell. You guys never give me a turn with it.
It's me. I have 5 on Reezni. He's got 5 brain cells.
-1.
If I look around with my big eyes, can I
No.
see if there's any? Okay.
What? See if there's any.
Any sort of like anything left behind? Any sort of
Make a perception check.
Okay. Perception. I'm so good. I'm so perceptive. Right, button. 18.
So you peer around. You don't find very much.
Mhm.
There is not a lot left behind. However, you can see in a small bit of shrubbery nearby. You see what appears to be a small axe head, like that of a hand axe that has been broken off.
I'll lift it up with my telekinetic hands. It's like Mage Hand, but with fundamental differences.
Nice. Do you like bring it over?
Do I pick it up? I'll bring it over.
All right. So you touch it.
With my mage hand, with my telepathic hands. Telekinetic hands.
All right.
I pick it up.
Quite flexing. I'm not sure what. Oh yes, like that. There would have to have been signs from such an event happening.
Of course.
It does look very old. This is
Yeah.
when you were telling me about dry wood and green wood, this is dry wood, yes? I look at Sir Hammerfell.
Yes, of course.
It was back in the
Yes,
mountains.
it was.
I don't remember that.
We
I
can-
do. I'm pretty
I
sure
think we
it's
can keep
insulators.
going.
Kernel.
I think we can. I think we can keep going. It doesn't seem. I mean, it's just a peculiar tree. It's
Yes,
not too much.
There would have
I
to
don't-
be somebody nearby.
If you had determined it was one giant axe, I would be far more concerned. But
Yes.
now that we know it's
Maybe someone just wanted to see if they
Relatively.
could,
Don't people usually
Or-
chop down wood in the whole area?
or it could have been like a chain of axes on spinning, and then it cuts it down like that,
A chain
Where
of
are we-
axes.
spinning around like a circle or something.
That sounds dangerous.
there's no rivers or anything nearby.
There was a stream
Not-
like a day ago.
Yeah, not directly nearby.
I want to say something, but Brandy absolutely would not have this knowledge, so I can't. This is me, Bella, the Native American, wanting to say something, and Brandy, the fire elemental, not understanding this concept.
Understandable.
But why someone might cut a tree this way?
Let's keep
I'm-
going.
I'm not exactly familiar with these lads of Athendel. Do you know of anyone who lives in these woods?
Not particularly.
Zala, have you heard of anything of that sort?
Have I? I assume they're like in, oh, where is it? It's the one with the H, isn't it?
Swamp 8.
Hyrenthrow.
Swamp Ape?
They, down, in the west, they're more like nature-y, aren't they? Are there other groups like that?
That are
Just that they, like, live more in the woods and less in buildings? I mean, I know that they probably, like, live in buildings, but, like...
you would know that there are not people that live in that sort of lifestyle in Forkenwood. There are certain individuals that were born in Marquise that now that are druidic in some ways and live on their own within the forest, but not groups.
There are people who live out in the woods, yes, but I'm not aware of any specific groups, especially out here.
Also, Celera, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
True.
Oh, good. I was trying to figure out a way for me to be able to make one of those. Arcana.
Some sort of
Arcana.
intelligent race. They would have to have the axes to, swing, so it's not some sort of beast.
12.
Don't worry about it. Move on.
I'm still thinking about etymology.
I don't think this is anything to worry about. There's
Well,
not
even
too
if it's not
many
something to worry about,
different
it's
attacks.
Quite peculiar.
interesting. But I suppose you're right.
Mitch thinks it was a rudimentary chainsaw that cut this tree in half.
Could be.
What kind of sword?
I sawed this tree in half.
Someone just double-ended an axe and was just...
Like Darth Maul?
yeah.
With its axes.
Anyway,
We should keep an eye out for more of these oddities as well as perhaps footprints.
it's just interesting, you're right. As I was saying, it's this theory that...
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Here we go.
Moving on.
Yes.
He goes back into talking about it.
All right, Hammerfell, make a survival check.
Right. I'm
Oh,
also gonna.
he tore that character sheet in half.
What?
Oh no.
Don't worry about it.
That was the tree. That was the tree.
Oh
We didn't touch it.
no! It was
Nobody touched
Groot.
I can't believe we didn't touch it, SMH.
I did. I used a mage hand.
It's true.
Not with our hands, though.
Okay.
I just died from getting struck by lightning 2 days ago. I'm being cautious.
I just died from your lightning.
All right.
I don't know.
Randy's still not comfortable around wood.
21.
Yes,
That
21.
rolls with-
Okay, so you all begin trekking your way. Oh my
That's me
god.
right now. This is me right now.
You are pushing beyond deeper into this wood. And
That's what she said.
you complete your 8 hours. However, you feel you are close to the area of this area where these ruins were foretold to be.
Mm.
So you can continue if you like, or you can
Do we want
can continue
to...
if you like at the risk of exhaustion, or stop here and continue tomorrow.
Well, perhaps we are close. Maybe we should push on.
Just a little longer.
In Elvish. Aelen, are you
We
feeling up to continuing?
Aelen will respond and say, "I've never felt that."
He's
We
dying.
can keep going.
Yes,
What?
of course. Yes.
Brandy, are you alright with
Just
that?
like 2 more hours.
Ross.
Lays the trail further.
I need everyone to make Constitution saving throws.
Love it.
Just 1 con save.
One
Well,
con
one for-
save.
one for the first hour.
1 con save.
When did I level up in all these skills?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna roll a d20 and add 6.
13.
You should
I got
roll
a
for your
12!
horse too, Reezni.
What? My horse? I don't have horse stats.
Oh yeah, Reezni has a horse, I forgot.
I'm on a horse. You never gave me a horse, SMH. What's a draft horse constitution?
You don't need
It's
a
the
horse.
same as a war horse.
Is it?
Yeah. The literally a draft horse is the same as a war horse, except with I think 1 less hit die, and not as fast.
One fewer
What do
hit
you
die.
get total, Salira?
12.
So if you could just roll Francis's.
Moment.
Oh, yeah. I can roll that again. Brett's got a 19.
I'm like fairly
already.
certain. I'm fairly certain.
If not, we could just, look and check it out. He's 8.
Aelen got a natural 20.
Let's
You all are fine for the first hour. Next hour,
He's
everyone
too
go ahead and
sad
roll
to be tired.
a Constitution saving throw.
And then we
Uh,
find it.
Draft
Oh,
horses have a,
I got an 11!
draft horses have a 12
I
constitution,
used up
so
all my
plus
good
1
rolls
modifier.
earlier.
So the first one will be Francis. Second one will be. Oh, what's your first name again?
I got the
Boulder.
exact
The
same roll.
boulder.
The boulder is conflicted.
The boulder is over his conflicted feelings.
Francis got a fucking natural 20. Let's go. He's the fucking horse with the iron.
Anyone who got below...
I got a 5.
Anyone who got below a 12 suffers a level of exhaustion.
Love
I have
that.
1 level
I
of
got
exhaustion.
I got a 12 and an 11.
Well,
Oh,
you-
okay, so this is the 11. All right. I figured
you have
it out.
1 exhaustion with me.
Where do I find?
Yep,
Welcome
we have
to
the
the
exact
exhaustion.
same result twice.
There we go. 1 level of exhaustion. Marked
love
in
this
Do we
D&D
find
Beyond.
it? Do we find it in 2 hours?
As you begin pushing through the wood, probably about... Pushing the 2 hours, probably about an hour and 50 minutes in, you begin seeing the risen buildings or ruins of buildings that were surmised to be in this area.
What's the name of
They
these
appear-
ruins again?
There were 3 possible ones,
Oh, okay.
and I don't have them written down.
That's okay.
Very cool.
I was just
They're
wondering if I was
forgotten
forgetting a
ruins.
specific
Don't worry
one.
about it. They're forgotten even by God, so it's fine.
Yeah, fine. I know what one of them is.
Name my new mixtape. Forgotten by God.
That'd be badass.
It's okay. Even, well, I guess it wasn't forgotten. Forsaken or something. Jesus on the cross. I'm gonna stop now.
What are we looking? What are we seeing? What my eyeballs?
As you travel, which you do, you
Nice.
find yourself within a mist-covered ruin of many different buildings, most of them nearly completely destroyed. And this appears to be the outskirts of whatever this place used to be. You can see fully into these buildings, not a thing remaining within them. The blackened stone is mostly blank except for one building that is a tower that points straight upward, made completely of stone, the same black stone, standing somewhat strong, however the top appears to have crumbled slightly, and upon it you see this symbol. Oh, Bubba. I am not allowed to drag it in, apparently. I'm going
To the
put it
map?
in No, I'm putting it in the notes section, so it's
Okay.
easier for us to
Is it cool if I put it up on screen?
upload.
No.
Failed. Okay, never mind.
What? How the fuck?
It's because
It's
I
too
tried to
big.
drag it from a zip.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that won't.
That'll
you have
do
to
it.
unzip it. You have to unzip it
Unzip
Yes,
and
I'm doing
extract all.
Zip it.
to a folder. Because if you don't, it'll just put it in the folder. Oh.
It always
What
goes
is this
folder.
symbol? Does this seem familiar? Do I know what this is?
no.
No. Okay.
Do any of us?
Can I tell what the stone is?
Doesn't appear
that
familiar.
these black stones are made of?
Make a check with Mason's tools.
Intelligence Mason's tools? Not like
Yes.
I don't know, a history check with advantage? A smile?
Sure. I'll give it to you.
Because that's how the tools work.
No.
You make... Okay.
It's, this thing on screen here.
17.
17. It's not a style of masonry or stone cutting that you've ever seen before. However, you are able to surmise based off of similar cuts from eras past that this is easily more than a millennium old.
Have I seen anything like this in books or anything?
Do I know what kind of stone it is?
Make a history check, Cilira.
You
Do I know
got
what
it.
Kind of stone?
What kind of stone?
Yes.
It appears
The
to
rocky
be
kind.
polished basalt.
The
Okay.
the rocky kind,
Interesting. Like Rocky, like the road.
Yeah.
like the
double.
movie.
Yes, with Balboa guy.
Thought you meant
16.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
It's not in any of the books you've read, and none of your classes covered. Your classes have covered ancient.
Would
That's-
I recognize it?
No.
Probably not. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't think it would, but figured it out.
Do we want to explore or just camp out? What time is it? Where's the sun?
Um,
The sun is
gathered by the fact that we went till exhaustion, it's probably set.
It's
Mm.
not. You all wake up fairly early because
It's only 8 hours of travel.
Yeah.
it's
okay,
it's you only travel 8 hours a day, and pushing
So
beyond
we're
that takes
10 hours past
So
morning.
10 hours. So the sun is getting somewhat close to setting, probably around 5 to 5:30 at this point.
Do we want to rest or use what little daylight we have to explore?
Solira's
Think
like kind of
rest.
hanging on Brandy's arm.
I think
You're at
rest.
one level of exhaustion. Come now. All right.
That's pretty. One level of exhaustion is pretty intense.
It's like
Yeah.
1/6 of the way to
That kinda
death.
scary.
I got to roll for Aelen. All right.
He's fine.
It's 1/6 of the way to death.
I think.
To be fair,
rest,
Solira also just likes hanging on Brandy's arm.
I think rest would be called for, and then that way we have the the day to investigate.
Oh, very well.
Begins
It's just
pull my tent out of my bag, out of my pouch, and then begin making my tent telekinetically.
Randy
Tent.
will find a little bit of any kind of like flat clearing and start prepping up a campfire for cooking.
Nice.
Cooking
I'll
fire.
help with the fire.
All right.
I can ignite it. Watch.
We're making
Spaghetti.
Sweet brownies.
Let's go.
Aid is gone. Goodbye, Aid. Thank you for all the help you've done.
You're welcome.
Make sure to unmark that.
I did.
It's there for Washington's purpose. And it served its purpose.
But
I'm gonna just chill by the fire.
Randy is cooking.
Myth.
Aelen is going to be.
She's making andouille sausage po' boys. It's a Louisiana style sausage sandwich with a bunch of like fixins on it.
So a hot dog. Got it. We're eating
No.
salads.
I don't know if you heard, but Aelen said
I can't survive without God.
What did Aelen say?
Aelen is saying Aelen is going to be doing a patrol around camp to get a lay of the land, similar to what Reezni did yesterday.
Yeah, that was the last we heard.
Ah, okay. I said that, and then there was silence, and I was like, "Hello."
Oh no.
Oh,
We
didn't even hear you. So
I'm
it doesn't
gonna.
count.
Are there buildings or something?
There
Like-
are mostly ruined buildings around. You see
Mm.
the one that is still somewhat standing, that you cannot clearly see everything that it has to offer immediately, is a
How
tower
tall
that
is
is
it?
sprouting out of the ground.
Oh,
Somewhere between
tower.
30 and 40 feet,
Oh.
and it bears that symbol upon it. The
Mm.
top part of the tower is kind of in
broken
ruins.
apart. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
wander
was
around.
thinking if I could get something. I was thinking of. Actually, I'll just fucking do it. I don't care. I'm going to cast fly on myself and
Alright.
get a lay of the land from above.
Aelen looks at you and says, "Well, guess never mind," and goes back to camp.
Reezni just becomes like little any part of him that would be facing directly towards the ground gets a small little mote of like lightning under him, and he just kind of he shoots up.
I'm gonna wander around and look for some more of that symbol. Never like out of sight of camp, but
Gotta get me more of that symbol.
I just want to look for history things.
I'm gonna attempt to keep an eye on everyone so that nobody fucking wanders off and gets assassinated or.
I'm
kidnapped
just
in the
going
night.
straight. You know where I am? Look up.
Yeah, I'm keeping note of that. Making
Going
sure you
straight
don't
up?
fucking die.
Going
I
straight
just-
up, and I'm floating around.
As you fly straight up and get a better view of the outer outskirts. The outer outskirts.
The
What
outer
did I get?
outskirts.
I get
Um,
swat like a fly.
I was gonna say outer skirts, but that doesn't sound right. The outskirts of what appears to be this ancient settlement of a kind. You fly upward and are now unencumbered by the vast amount of trees that would impede
Gravity
your
is
sight.
a harness.
And as you get up high enough, you could see probably. Well, how high are you going?
We're gonna go until we can't see any of the trees in blocking our view.
Or the losers at our camp.
All right, so if you're just above the trees and looking straight forward, you see only this tower is what manages to break the tree line. You don't see any other buildings poking out of the trees further, what you would assume is further into the settlement. However, you can always fly higher.
I'll fly higher.
All right, how much higher?
Higher.
All right, thank you.
Your wings
we'll go
melt.
we'll go like 100 feet.
100 feet. All right.
Icarus.
Yeah, we got.
Eventually you get high enough to the point where you can see that there is
That this was a mistake.
a massive chasm
Oh,
in the forest. And within it, you can see what appear to be greater parts of this city. Whatever this settlement was, it seems most of it has fallen into this massive expanse.
Oh.
You find no more of the symbol around Celira.
We had a question from the chat. Are the trees evergreen or otherwise?
I have it written down. Give me a second.
Nothing about this climate makes me think that they'd be evergreen.
Yeah,
It's
but
Europe
also there's
trees.
magic.
It's European trees, so whatever trees.
There are a lot of
That's-
trees in
have.
Europe. There are a lot of
That's
trees
such-
everywhere.
Whatever trees the French have.
Not evergreens.
I'm pretty
Unless
sure
you
there
go
are
into the
evergreen
Alps.
trees in France somewhere.
In the Alps, the French Alps. On like Mont Blanc.
They look round on here, and then there's pointy ones over here. So these must be deciduous, and these must be coniferous.
No.
Carnivorous.
They're carnivorous. Carnivorous trees.
Roll initiative!
Die.
Against
I
what?
flew too high.
The forest.
The forest.
The only people that would be able to recognize these trees are Aelen, Celira, and Reezni.
That's me.
They're not too unordinary. They grow in almost perfect spherical shapes.
Weird.
The leaves.
That's cool.
Spherical.
That's cool.
And the trunks are fairly large. They are about a total of 5 feet across, so fairly large stumps that eventually go into spherical leaves.
I want
Not
to
exactly.
climb them.
Sure
But
what
I
kind of
don't.
tree this is?
Spherical leaves.
well, you guys
Could you
know.
imagine?
That these are spherumpins.
Spherumpins. There was a girl at school who was studying botany, and she wanted to classify all trees as whether they had leaves or not. She didn't think that trees with needles on them should be considered the same trees as the ones that have leaves.
Why not?
There's this debate among many people who study science on how we should classify different living things.
Reezni lands at this moment.
And it was apparently quite hotly debated. I wasn't in enough botany classes to be privy to it, which probably for the best. But there was, and it wasn't just at school. It's apparently something that is hotly debated everywhere. Just how to classify different things by appearance. And she didn't think that trees with needles instead of leaves should be considered the same trees. Not everyone shared her views. But she,
There's a big hole in the ground that most of the city fell into. And
what?
anyone within 30 feet, you would get like a flash in your mind of what he saw.
Oh.
Just
has
like
he
a
done that
picture.
before?
No.
That's new. Well, that's
Just like a
quite
single picture of
striking.
like he took a picture with his brain and you were seeing it in your brain.
Does this look like a natural phenomenon, or does this look like a magical phenomenon?
Phenomena.
It
Do,
definitely
do,
doesn't
do,
seem
do.
natural. It's as if the city was cut out, not in a very precise shape, but
Like
cut
Age of
out
Ultron?
and then just pushed downward.
Like an Age of Ultron.
Nice angel.
Is this a level or form of magic I'd be familiar with?
Hi, magic. I'm gonna smoke weed to know this.
You can make an Arcana check.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Sure.
Well,
Okay. Well, I rolled a 2.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Sure.
Can I?
Hammerfell, get in here.
Hey!
Big brain boys.
I got
we
a 19.
This on the do-do-do.
All right. That is high enough to recognize that it is not magic.
Not magic.
but it also is not natural.
That looks strange.
Yeah. I'll fly back up. Just flies 120 feet up in one turn.
What do you suppose could have caused that?
I'm not sure.
A monster?
Fly around a little bit to get like a better above,
Oh,
better look down on stuff.
Roll
And-
perception.
Enormous explosion of some sort?
I do not know. My first
Oh, I have disadvantage. I forgot I'm
idea would
exhausted.
be some sort of magic, but you
I
seem to
don't
be
think it was
sure.
magic.
Um,
Magical
not sure.
explosions are more symmetrical. At least I don't think it was magic.
Oh, well, you are the expert on the topic.
I'm not an expert. I wasn't actually allowed to study it at school. I wasn't allowed to take the theory classes. I was allowed to take the practical classes. But
I think he's talking in relative terms
Oh.
amongst us.
Among?
I added the T at the end.
It doesn't help.
It's-
Among?
Amongst us. Yes, we are, not exactly the most arcane inclined, but you seem to be quite knowledgeable in it.
that book was helpful. I'd like to get another one. But I didn't get to take the arcane theory classes. Which is funny because then the people in my practical classes were all talking about the theory behind the spells and I just do it. Which was apparently not helpful. Probably shouldn't talk about that. I glance at Aelen. But at least I don't think that it was made by magic.
How big is this, like the whole, at least from the image that we received?
Pretty big.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to tell.
Like a mile or so?
It is. It would definitely not be measured in feet.
Okay.
Ah, the fucking metric system. We are in Europe.
No.
I mean, this is kind of the Europe of Exaldor.
Yeah.
In
it's
location,
it's
anyway.
fucking Europe. We are in fucking Europe. But I'm a helicopter scan the area.
Doesn't seem to be any immediate threat.
I will then land before I fucking lose concentration and die.
You get back just as Aelen is making his way back from a patrol he was gonna take, as he just sort of just like looks at you and says, "You're really good at that, you know."
Thanks.
Like the lightning, it's cool. Just keeps walking forward.
And as long as we're talking about debates and arcane theory, honestly, I wish I could have been in the arcane theory classes because I heard that they were much worse than we ever were. There was this girl who somehow we always ended up in the same classes, especially our philosophy classes, and she always had to contradict whatever I was saying. You guys can interrupt, Salira's just rambling.
Here, hon, have your dinner. Shit.
Yes, honey. Yeah, we get it.
Answer the sandwich.
Sandwich.
Another
Sammy,
sandwich,
I eat
The only way to shut Blair up.
I eat my sandwich hot dog.
No,
Yeah,
it's
my
not,
favorite
because
hot dog.
half the time Solera doesn't like eating. But, no, she does tonight.
eat
Still
my
with a knife
sandwich
and
hot
fork,
dog.
though. She doesn't eat with her hands.
Reezni eats with his telekinetic hand.
Aelen is gonna go up to Salira and say,
Oh.
I wanted to ask if I could request my sword back.
Oh, of course. Did I also give him back his focus ring?
The signet ring, yes, you gave that.
Okay,
back.
yeah. Of course, it's over there with my other sword.
Right.
That's all to say.
Going to be attempting something tonight. Just so you all know, nothing should go awry, but
What are you attempting?
Trying to fix the sword.
Oh. How are you going to do that?
With a little help from the Hermit, hopefully.
Divine
Need some
magic.
assistance. We are here.
I'll let you know.
I'm actually quite interested in how this sword fell to ruin, so if
Well,
I could assist.
Well, feel free to come and stand by if I need help. It should probably be fairly obvious, but hopefully I shan't.
Very well.
After dinner, of course.
Yes.
If it matters, you all get some temporary hit points from the food. You get 8
Yay.
temporary hit points.
Nice.
Way more than we had just now. Pretty more than Brecky.
Sandwich temp hits.
Sandwich is better than.
We need Sammy cheese all the time. Sammy breakfasts, Sammy
We need-
lunches.
What? That's what I just
Sammy
said.
dinners.
We need combat sandwiches.
Combat.
Tactical
sandwich.
sandwich.
Tactical sandwich.
That's a
Chef
great band
Sammy.
name.
for that one.
Yeah, that's
Tactical
called the chef
Sammy.
feat. That's called the chef feat.
Yeah.
Bonus action: chow down on a Sammy. Get temp HP.
Fucking take out a fucking Delocus bar and chow down.
We just turn into Heavy from
Yeah.
Team Fortress 2.
Sandwich.
Oh no. Oh no.
And then somebody shoots you in the face with a shotgun while you're eating.
But we camp for the day and nothing bad happens.
All right.
Yes.
And we wake up in the morning.
Aelen's gonna
Feel
try
like-
this.
I
Let's
will
see.
give him guidance.
All right.
I will take
That's-
at least a short rest. Smile. If possible.
Oh
Oh no!
no.
Oh.
Oh no!
D4 guidance. Hold on. Pause, champ.
Does not matter.
Yes, it does.
Does not.
If he dies again,
It matters to me.
What kind of check is this? Like, what is he doing?
You see as he begins sort of rubbing his hands together, and you see almost like he begins to try and reach for the sword, and as he does, you can see that there is this red protective barrier around it, and as it becomes more clear and less ethereal, it almost appears as though a tiny, by comparison, red dragon is gripping onto the sword. And he is reaching for it and trying to get through
Aelen's evil again.
when you will see this moment where his eyes, Aelen's, turn silver. You can see almost as if a silver dragon of comparable size begins to wrap itself around Aelen. However, you then watch as both forms of dragons dissipate, and you will see as the red energy goes into Aelen, and he takes a gasp and then falls to the ground, not moving, not breathing.
He's dead again. He's dead, Jim. He
I-
called me cool.
I'm
Oh
gonna
wait, no,
cast-
are you there?
Yeah, I was standing by. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
There's no effect.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead, Jim.
no!
I'm gonna cast Revivify.
You got another diamond?
I do.
Plug.
All right. This could not have gone worse. You quest the diamond once more. Second, or there's at least a break between revivifies as the
You have to make a
Feeling
new one.
returns to you, the forge within you. You can feel the rage of storms within as you smash the diamond and forge his soul back into his body. And he takes a
Good.
breath.
Oh, thank the gods. Oh. I suggest that you do not try that again.
Probably wise.
Was this like in front of everyone, or is it just those two off by themselves?
It would have been within camp, like not far enough away where you couldn't see.
Would it have? Would there have? Did we hear this? Are we aware of this? While Celera continues to ramble about
There
whatever
wasn't a
happened at
lot
school.
of noise that happened in this situation.
Oh no.
It's just sort of falling. This individual falling. Aelen. I don't know why I said this individual. Aelen falling after interacting with the sword for a bit, falling into what is considerably soft earth, and then being. You hear probably the shouted vocal components required
Yeah.
for this revivify
A
spell.
fairly powerful spell.
Probably
you
a
have
crack
some-
of thunder. Probably the crack
Yeah.
of thunder.
Yeah, and you see like strong like warm heat and like light coming from that direction.
I get up.
And you hear a
Aelen?
loud gasp come from Aelen. Right, won't touch the sword again.
I get up and like go over. What just happened?
Something the sword did to me.
What
Made
did
me
it do?
faint for a moment, and then Sir Hammerfell healed me.
Afraid it was a bit more severe than that. And like he like looks down at his hand, and there's like this like crumpled dust like fading away into the wind.
What?
Oh, you did not just faint there. You perished for but a moment.
Right.
The Ruviel family owes you a great deal, Sir Hammerfell.
Indeed.
Yes, I do not require it.
He wraps the sword with what it was previously wrapped in, and then takes another blanket out of his bag and wraps it down around again.
That sword has been enchanted with something truly evil.
When you first... They don't make them in Athendel, do they? They send away for the swords.
Yes, as far as I know. The enchantment is done in Athendel, but the swords are made elsewhere. I'm not exactly sure where.
It looks quite similar to... Well, I don't know much about metalworking. But, the way the metal lays, is that the word? It looks sort of like Sir Hammerfell's sword. I wonder if it was
I do not
made
have a sword.
nearby. Oh, wait, I thought you said I thought the sword, like, looked like a weapon Sir Hammerfell used. Was I mistaken?
I do.
Yeah, I think the metal
Oh,
is
okay.
similar.
Okay, then
Yeah,
All the
it's
Smiths
similar
do.
to
The way
his,
the-
to his armor and his hammer.
the way the metal looks, it looks like yours.
Oh
Perhaps-
yeah, no, I do have a sword. I'm
Yeah.
a fucking idiot. I was being rude for no reason.
You're forgiven.
You're
Can't
like,
believe.
swords? Cringe. Except for this one.
Ring.
And then I like look back.
Ring.
Sir Hamson
Ring.
Giant Sword.
Ring.
I don't... Perhaps that's just how they make swords.
No, that is a specific technique.
I wonder if it was made near Lefarington.
Oh, it very well might have been. Perhaps a bit longer ago. You are. Oh, when do you receive the sword?
Your coming of age? What did you...
It was a fair amount ago, probably around, well, For me, it was about 40 years ago.
40
So
years
about
that you were alive?
60.
Yes.
Oh.
So would have been like your grandfather, Imafil.
Or perhaps. Well, the Smoldersmiths are a dwarven clan as well. They live for much longer. A bit similar to elves, but not quite to their reaches. But yes, the Smith very well might still be alive. That and the Smoldersmiths keep impeccable notes on their creations.
But the enchantments are done here. So, is the original enchantment still on it?
I can feel it beneath, but it's beyond some terribly evil magic that.
Yes, I believe I discerned that as well when I got her up here into its enchantment. It seems to have been corrupted, but still has the strength that was imbued upon it. At least that's my understanding.
It was enchanted by Mother.
Mother did it?
Yes, that's the tradition. Sorry, I just assume you know these things.
I'm used to it, I suppose. Anyway, the technique you said is practiced only in the Farrington, or are there other places? Is this the Smoldersmiths? Are they? They're a family. Are they also? Do they have a guild?
I never set any of that up. Would I know of any other like traveling sects of the family?
The Smoldersmiths?
Yeah. Like, or do they like take commissions, build it there, and then send it out, or do they send smiths?
It's essentially mostly commissions taken by very high profile
like noble
buyers.
families.
Yeah, unless it's someone they know personally.
Mm-hmm.
You know, real nobles, not the Hammerfells. And joke, I promise.
That's so mean.
And they've done it before, though you're unsure if this is a business relation that they have. However, Aelen will ask, perhaps when you will return to Eidolon, we can ask them if there's if they might have something that could help here.
Of course, I believe I can ask them far earlier than that. I simply need tomorrow and well, their safety.
All right, that would be nice.
Speaking of forging weapons, this was sort of a holy duty that I was told to accomplish some time ago. I did not want to bother you with it, but Fjorn came to me in a dream, a vision, similar to our interaction last night. He told me that I should forge a weapon that would slay our enemies, but it requires much time and resources to build. So I did not want to bother you with any of that. Just a possibility.
He told you to forge your own weapon?
Yes. In one of the volcanoes of what was it called? In one of Vulcana's volcanoes. Yes. But first, it must be I must take adamantine, which is a rather powerful metal, and quite expensive as well. But I must take quite a lot of it to use to forge, and powerful, rather evil creatures must be slain in order to accomplish the crafting, and that is something that I shall not be accomplishing anytime soon. At least I do not believe so.
Something to think about.
Yes, of course.
There
I've
is
thought
quite a
quite a lot.
large volcano, not here, but on the continent.
Is there?
Yes, it's in Mon. Which I think it's actually not that far from where we are, isn't it?
I think it is. I think it's. Yeah, it's
Looking
pretty
at the
far.
map.
It's down
Oh,
here.
you're right. Never mind. I knew it was somewhere on the south half. It's not near here, but it's quite a large volcano. I've never been there personally, but to the volcano.
Yes. I'm not sure if that would do, but I was told a specific peak, so I'm not sure. Visions can be vague, or they can be quite specific.
Aelen, do you suppose... Well, I told you of my vision about that weapon, yes?
Yes. Yes.
The claw around it. Wow, that's a hard word to say in a British accent. Was each finger was one of the colors of one of the heads of Tiamat.
Strange. As far as I've come to understand, well, I imagine that if the sword was enchanted with the power of Bahamut, or perhaps our father ordered this guild to enchant it with the power of Tiamat.
If Mother did the enchantment, who did Father's? Or would have?
Father's blade.
His mother?
Well, I imagine.
Aelen, you look incredibly pale. I'm so sorry, but here you are.
Oh, yes.
I will lay my hands over him and heal him.
All right.
And then do it again.
All right.
He's
He's
back.
looking a lot better than he was. All right. I feel better. I can take all watches again for the night if you like.
No.
You shall not be. I'm more than capable of taking watches and would actually prefer to.
All right. Twist my arm.
Aelen, if I could have a word with you.
Right.
Celera looks up.
Aelen looks fairly nervous. Sure.
I'm gonna stay close enough. I'm gonna attempt to stay close enough that I can read their lips.
Brandy's deliberately moving so they can get some privacy.
All right. If you want to try and stay close, you have to roll a stealth check.
No, I'm not gonna do that. She's
All right.
manners. She's gonna go back to camp and. Think about
Aelen is just sort of nervously looking around. Never Sorry, I'm a bit awkward. I've never had a one-on-one conversation with you.
No, and I can't imagine there'll be too many more. But I just want to say this once. Don't do that again.
Do what?
Scare Salira again.
Aelen takes a deep breath and says, "Was not my intention. I don't plan."
He's worried enough about you as is. I won't betray her trust and tell you the things she's told me. But just know, this knowledge bears a great deal on her.
You're quite close, are you?
Yes.
Whether or not she's told you, I will relay this onto you now. I'm not long for this world. And I don't want her to be alone.
You won't be. But she has related to me. And one of the only things that's given her comfort in this is that she'll be able to prepare for it this time. But you doing something like this and making it sudden again, she's not able to prepare for that.
I will do my best. But if it comes between her life and mine, mine will be the one laid on the line.
I'll hold you to that. And Brandy will walk away.
Oh my god. Salira, meanwhile, is grilling Sir Hammerfell about how, like, forging swords works.
I will say, just very quickly, that Aelen, you walk away and Aelen says, "It's kind of awkward. Now we're walking the same direction." Just, I wait. And he waits for you to get probably like 15 feet ahead of him and then starts making his way.
I love him so much.
And unfortunately, we're out of time, and that's where we're gonna have to end the session.
Awkward Aelen is so adorable.
I thought for once we're gonna get through a session without something traumatic happening, and then he's like, "I'm gonna kill myself."
He didn't mean to.
He
I
didn't
know.
mean to.
That's just how the dice be.
I'm gonna fix
Anyway.
the sword. No, you're not.
Hey,
sword.
you guys level up.
Whoa!
Woo!
Hog. Wait, I have a soundboard for this. Hold on.
I
Made
just
the
closed
runes.
my character sheet. God damn it!
Oh no!
You just freaking you go to touch it and it's just like he makes the check and then fails it and just
Yeah, you know, that literally can only happen on a natural one.
He had guidance.
touches
It's
the
a natural
sword.
one.
Yeah.
Touches the sword. It's a brain aneurysm.
Fuck, dude, that
Oh, I
sucks.
get a new invocation. Oh boy.
Love it.
Oh no!
I get an ASI.
Thank you guys so
I'm
much
getting
for
a
joining
funny
us
ASI.
tonight. Salira only cried once tonight. But I don't mean to. It just happens. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We play this most Thursdays on my channel. Hope you have a wonderful day or night, whatever time it is for you. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.
Woo!
Hey.